is knitting technology and second topics in our chapter. And here it is a basic structure of weft knitting. Means the weft knitting has a four structures are considered as basic weft knit structures. Plain single jersey, it means totally plain single jersey, and rib structure, and it is a double knit structure in USA or double jersey in UK. And interlock means double knit USA or double jersey and UK. And another structure is pearl. Especially there are the very four structures is very useful for the weft knitting machines: plain single jersey, rib and interlock and pearl. In plain single jersey there are two types are there: single jersey and double jersey. In this also two types of structures are there. Okay, in warp knitting and weft knitting there are three types of needles only used, that is latch needles and compound needles and spring beard needles. Only three needles are useful in the knitting machines. And symbolic representation of weft knit structures. Symbolic representation means there are two types of representation of structures: symbolic representation and graphical representation. Okay, there are two types of representation of structures in weft knit structures. One is symbolic and another is graphic. One graph paper, a cross mark in a square represents a face loop stitch. Cross mark means into mark is only enthusiasm and is specially designed. Only it is a cross mark. And dot mark is a another representation of weft knit structures. Cross mark is only face and dot mark is called as a back. Okay, on a point paper only points are given and face loops are represented on the second line, indicating all face loop, all reserve loop stitches, face loop and back loop. Here we can see in the figure the new loop system is there. The loop system is in the form of one typical size like new and face loop stitch and old stitch. One new loop system after head total on the top is called as a head. Okay, and edge of this new loop downwards is called as course wise, and top wise is called as a veil wise. And by showing the two legs on before us, it is called as a face. Why? Because the face of legs are showing to us, that is called as a face loop. And back loop is in the second figure. The back is called as the legs are in the opposite inside of the another loop, means the loops are in the back side of the loop. Okay, so it's called as a face and back loops. And it is a technical face and technical loop back. Last slide we explained that the slides of the legs are shown to us is called as a face, and technical back, the showing the legs are in the back side of the another loop is called as technical back. And it is a diagrammatic representation of the loop face. It is a face and it is a back side. It is a face means one line is drawn from the dot on the top is called as like this face, and another is downwards, okay, is called as a back. This is the representation of the face and back loops. And anatomy of loop stitch. Anatomy means the parts of the loop, means they, first of all I hear that this showing of legs is called as the top of the loop is called as a head, and bottom of these legs is called as legs, and this upper niche lower part of this called as a foot. Anatomy of this loop stitch. The simplest single jersey or plain structure consists of single loop stitches, all of which are intermeshed in the same direction. The top curved portion is head, the two sides forming a V shape or legs, and at the base of each legs is a foot. and each going behind the legs formed by lower loop. Okay, the V shaped is formed due to slide lines being restricted in the base of loops by the head. There are also 8 crossover points with each loop as shown in the figure. A crossover points are in two different planes. For example, the points 2, 3, 6 and 7 are in the one plane, while points 1, 4, 5 and 8 are in the another plane. That is why knit structures are three-dimensional, and at each crossover point two yarn diameters are created. Laddering effects. As the intermeshed loops are held at crossover points, if one of the knit loop yarns breaks, then local disintegration of the other knitted loops takes place. Needle loops unmesh down the wale. This shows a laddering effect. If fine, smooth filament yarn is used, then this tendency to ladder is more effective. The laddering effect means the warp and weft of the very useful in the very intermeshed loops are held at cross points. Like these 2, 3 points as shown in the figure is anatomy of the figure is there now. In that the edges of the 2, 3 points are joined with the another loop of the upcoming of the loop. Means the technical backside and the front side of the two legs distinguish of the other loops takes place. The needle loops are unmeshed down the wale, then it shows the laddering effect. Then it is smoothly filaments are very closely over to the different planes. Why? Because there are 8 crossover points is there, in which there are two different planes. One is left side of the reserve and back side of the face. There are two types in the representation. One is diagrammatically and symbolically representation. There is a very you see in the first of these two, it is a very effective of the heads and legs and foots. The anatomy, the curved shape is like this, the curved shape, V shape, and V shape is nothing but the looping formation from one another to the another loop formation. It is a very energetic in the weft knit stitches. One is face and another is back, and one is face and another is back. Afterwards, the stepwise only. The first line is totally in face, and second line is totally in back, and third line totally in face, and fourth line is totally in back. This way, the anatomy of loop stitch is formed, and single loop stitch intermeshed in the same direction only. There is no different same directions, only in same directions only. The curved portions are in the okay. This is the representation of the loops. Thank you.